And it is Jordan Frericks winning the opening tip for the Missouri Tigers. So now, typically we see a very patient approach from Mizzou, but right off the bat, the start.
And that's one of the things she does best, is dominate the paint area, whether she's guarding her man or someone else's.
Sophie Cunningham. Back iron for Morgan Stock. Cunningham, step back. Pretty shot. And you see the pretty good.
No.
Higgs trying to split the defense. Loses it. Cunningham's got it.
Is not a number 7 seed.
Yep.
When Diamond DeShields decides she wants to play well, watch out.
Texas with the win in Knoxville against the Volunteers early. Sophie Cunningham. The spin and the finish.
On Sierra Porter's post-up move right there.
Coach Juddy's going to keep her in the game.
Sierra and Bree Porter, they've got eight kids.
The Porter
family.
And there's Sophie Cunningham getting on the board. And you brought up the point that Kalani Purcell, the do-it-all player for BYU, played all 20 minutes of the first half, but did so majority of that first half with 2 fouls. And right off the bat, in a 5-game stretch with 4 of those games on the road. It's doing it all.
Well, it really is. She's just that kind of versatile player. And to have your role player being your leader in assists, really creates something that you just don't want to have to deal with. It can be very imposing.
Forced 20 turnovers against this Missouri Tigers team the last time out for the Tigers in the SEC tournament. The feed from Rob.
Right off, and that's Kalani Purcell. She's got to want to be aggressive offensively from that elbow area.
Frericks trying to slip it through, and the feed to Sophie.
Just break down.
Nice move from Cunningham. A little payback.
Facing up, but I think a little lucky in getting that one to go down. Another turnover.
Steal by Cunningham in the basket.
Well executed play. Big time.
And I think that's one of the things that makes Birking so valuable. And Coach Flo said she's played every position on the floor except the 5.
Right now, if they can just get it in there.
Shot clock to 5. Cunningham weaving, finds her sister Sophie on a runner.
Yes, ma'am.
Missouri very patient with their offensive, with their passing and their movement.
There's the fresh tap threes now for Missouri. And they have a 12-point lead under 2 minutes to go.
Cunningham, that freshman, just showing her way and just great.
Important for Auburn to keep this in single digits down the final couple of minutes. And Missouri on the flip side, they feel like, you know what, a little momentum into the half, we could pull away, and there's a big start to it. So Cunningham throws it in the backcourt to her sister. A blocking foul whistle on Capers. Never got. Has just played a tremendous basketball game at both ends of the floor through 2.5 quarters.
Well, their game plan right now to take away Auburn's inside play with Tracy Tanner is working and forcing Montgomery. And here comes with the Cunningham sisters in the back, being able to throw over, and that's where Sanders had to be on the opposite side. That's a difficult task.
Wow. Just wow.
Banks it home.
A couple of window cleaners for Monk in this ball game. The three-quarter shot didn't happen right there.
One from 15 feet and one from about 80.
There's Sophie.
Down for the former McDonald's All-American. Now the crowd comes to life as Leanna Doty pushes it offensively for Missouri. Look at Cunningham go with the Euro step.
Gives Alabama a 2-point lead.
The Ozark, Missouri native scores for the first time tonight. Sierra Porter out to Sophie Cunningham. And that's a big bucket for Cunningham.
Here comes Missouri down by 3.
If you're Vic Schaefer, you just shake your head because the Bulldogs can't get anything to fall.
Up and under, there's Cunningham.
Had a little bit of contact, playing hard.
Inside to Cunningham.
Corey spinning away from the goal, avoiding contact, perhaps influenced by those 4 fouls.
The cut to the bucket, Cunningham.
3-point percentage defense. Team's just shooting 23% from three. Missouri, a good 3-point shooting team so far this season.
Missouri, as we approach the 3-minute mark to go.
If you're Missouri, you got to be smart here. You got to know who's got the fouls and go after them.
Cunningham up and under. High off the.
Well, never committed to that shot, just left it short.
And Cunningham with a jumper. Big shot from
Mizzou Arena.
Georgia loves that high ball screen, the pick and pop action. They always look for a high-low, but right there, the jump shot was there. Knocks it down.
Sophie Cunningham trying to respond for the Tigers, and she does. Time 3-point shooter in Missouri history who is now a graduate assistant her first year out of the program. That was a nice head fake. And Sophie Cunningham, both Cunningham sisters in the game right now. If you're watching Missouri for the first time this season, this is a roster that sports 3 sets of sisters. Cunningham, nobody came over to help, and she had an
Post table shaking almost down.
Robinson the miss, Sophie Cunningham the rebound. She pushes tempo. The 4-time SEC Freshman of the Week, Barry. Frericks out beyond the arc. Tigers have gone away from the paint here in the third quarter. They go down low to Sophie Cunningham. That's an easy 2.
Layup off the rebound. Missouri didn't get back. Defensive transition breakdown.
Last shot of the quarter will go to Missouri. Heavy contact, no call. Cunningham for the tie, and we head to the 4th.
In their win against Kentucky, you have got to go out and make her put the ball on the deck.
Yeah, that's a good point because she's very much a spot-up shooter. Sophie Cunningham down the lane. And
that's where, in the game against LSU, LSU made a big comeback in the third quarter because Missouri was very lackadaisical with the ball. And we're seeing that again in this game early on.
Nice take.
She goes about her business. She doesn't do anything fancy, but she takes care of business. Does a great job on the boards for her team.
Shot clock inside of 10 once again. Cunningham on the backdoor cut. Count the basket. And the foul will go defense, but more comfortable in the mid-range.
Yeah, that's her money shot, that 15-foot pull-up jumper.
At the other end, Sophie Cunningham on.
Afraid she was going to get into foul trouble guarding a post down low.
Frericks trying to look high-low on the repost. Cunningham wants it in the lane a long time. But turn around, put it.
Points a game, almost 8 rebounds a game. Very active on the interior. Jordan Frericks will have a good, tough assignment tonight.
She's got a 6-game double-figure scoring streak going. Nice backdoor play. And so
tired legs from the long travel that they had.
And Florida just not able to get anything going offensively. There's Sophie Cunningham. She has her first points in the game.
The issue to score or anything, she's just taking her time, making the correct reads, but she turns it over that time.
Now she gets it back. 2 on the shot clock, just like they planned.
Second on the free throw line. Cunningham thought about it, had her pocket picked quickly by Jones. Ball is picked up, bounce pass down low, shot is up and
fill that void of Courtney Williams, because that's usually where she is, and she can knock down that shot. Now look for her to take the ball to the basket on the next possession.
breaking for the bucket goes Cunningham, lays it up, and it's still a 1-point ball game. The Missouri Tigers on top. Cunningham takes it all the way in.
Here this afternoon. One more game on this triple header still to come. The first few.
Thought three from the corner. Shot clock now at 5 for South Carolina. Rebound, Michaelis. Long kick ahead, but Sophie Cunningham has Sessions to beat. Cunningham blocked by Wilson. Frericks comes up with the ball, kicks it out. Cunningham from the corner. Earlier in the first half from the free throw line. So a milestone for number 41 in white today.
And that was just a nice job attacking the press. You can hear the crowd has really gotten into it. Excellent job by Doty to get that steal, because that was an easy layup for Coates.
Robinson kicks to Cunningham. I think Sophie was a little...
Sophie Cunningham takes the first shot of the ball game, and it's a three.
You've got a lot of home bodies from Columbia that are playing basketball for their city. It creates a lot of community environment, and you want to be able to see that when you're a college team in the SEC.
Cunningham.
Two empty possessions for Missouri, but a steal here. Missouri really has not looked like the Missouri offense that we're used to. Sophie Cunningham, the only starter on the court for the Tigers. Well, they're not starters, but they have experience in league. Tennessee still struggling from the free throw line, just 10 of 19 here in the first half of play. Picks up the dribble. Lindsey Cunningham gets it to her sister Sophie. Run right through the league schedule. But so could South Carolina, so could Tennessee, so could Kentucky, so could Auburn. You got all kind of, every team's got a chance right now. Nice press.
The first team foul of the quarter on the 49ers. Quick inbound, and there's Sophie Cunningham. Alexander now puts it on the deck. Almost made the circus shot. Missouri now gets to run in transition, as they like to do. Cunningham, the little floater, and she gets it
off. Opposite lane, they're trying to get the ball inside. Wallach gets off her defender. What a cut there from Sophie Cunningham. And Hayes.
The team. The largest lead at 3. There's Cunningham on a nice cut baseline.
State really guarding the three-point line, and Missouri doing a nice job of trying to go inside.
Go inside off the inbound on Sophie.
This play could have been a foul. I think Coach Fishman wanted the foul, but
smart play by Sophie Cunningham.
Has her eyes up, finds the open shooter.
Walla, an air ball. Cunningham, Sophie ahead of the pack, as she is so often.
Missouri's gone zone twice. They go with the 1-3-1, and on every time Texas State beat them with a three-point shot. That's what they have to do against zones.
8th three-pointer today for the Bobcats. And how about way folks used to show up and watch Mark McGuire and Barry Bonds take batting practice.
He's the best shooter we've ever seen. I can honestly say that.
Sophie Cunningham ahead of the pass. Come the Cardinals. They answer immediately with Edwards from the outside.
Yeah, great three-point shooter. Got to find her in transition. High contest.
Missouri
rebound the basketball defensively.
Missouri forces the turnover. Their press worked that time. Michaelis is wide open, gives it up to Sophie Cunningham, and she is
this season had her feet set.
It's a rebound for Lindsey Cunningham. Missouri just went to the bench. Kayla McDowell's into the game for the first time. Sophie Cunningham all the way to the rack, and we've seen that before. If you're not
teams haven't done in this building early on. That first 10 minutes, that first quarter, Missouri's really done a nice job of moving the ball A to B to C, and Lamar is taking away that pass.
Yeah, they do again. And whenever Sophie Cunningham is that
team's trying to take away the paint, take away the rim on the offensive end.
Quick ball movement by Missouri, and again, Sophie Cunningham is open. Sophie Cunningham ahead of the group to the trailer Jordan Frericks. There's an offensive rebound by Porter, another one by Frericks. And a nifty drive and score by Cunningham.
Going inside to start this half.
Good ball movement in the paint for Lamar that time. As Blake Blanche finished it off. She's got 4 now.
She does have a tendency to get in foul trouble, but she's so aggressive and so good with her hands, too. Deflections. She made a great play right there.
Here goes Sophie Cunningham again. Swiped away. Collins. She'll drive all the way on Leanna Doty, and it's stolen away. Ooh, fake and finish by Sophie Cunningham. Elliott on the other bench. She's a former Missouri State Bear, making a return to her home state, native of the Springfield area. There's Sophie Cunningham, and she starts it out with a
member freshman class. They've earned 11 starts. They've contributed nearly 40% of the team's minutes. And from Missouri, forced jump shot.
Loyola Marymount thought they might see full court press from Mizzou in this game, and the Tigers might have a turnover. Sophie Cunningham scores the first 5 points for Mizzou. Michaelis slows it down. This is that half-court game that Loyola Marymount's head coach Charity Elliott said they didn't want to get into, and that's why. Corner 3. Alford off the mark. I'm really impressed by LMU's ability to handle Missouri's pressure. Sophie Cunningham open.
Pull back and shoot that 17-foot jump shot. Makes her so dynamic.
Lopez Wood misses. Michaelis the rebound. Cunningham running the floor. The second Michaelis came down with that rebound, she was sprinting.
Game winner on the road. She's been in some big moments now coming off the bench. You never know it, though. Always the same mentality. Veteran player, brings a lot of leadership.
Sophie Cunningham, one move. Lopez Wood for Taylor, long 2. Lindsey Cunningham pushes the pace. Her sister ahead of the pack.
Sister to sister.
The Southeast offense oftentimes. That was a nice play. McDowell ahead. Missouri turns defense into offense. That's such this before, but you know, it's worth repeating. Lindsey Cunningham was not supposed to be the starting point guard. There she is with another steal, pushing tempo. 2-on-1 with her sister at the scoop for Sophie Cunningham.
Making it difficult for SEMO. Got to cut hard against the Missouri defense because they're going to bring the intensity and really make you work to try to get open.
Sophie Cunningham only a couple of points in the early going, but there's 2 more with a nice flip. Missouri trying to build on their biggest lead of the night at 22. Porter onto Sophie Cunningham. Thought about it. Instead drives the runner. Been in the women's program since they went D1.
Yeah. And while a Baylor from 2009 to 13, Patterson was part of the first women's basketball team to win 40 games ever. So she's had winning in her genes.
Missouri with an offensive rebound on their first possession, but they leave another three-pointer short. There's another offensive board and finished off by guess who?
Got to stay set on the screen. Can't move your feet. Have to allow the defender to have space and break the screen.
2 quick team fouls on. The Edwardsville native misses. Long, quick outlet, and this should be easy for Sophie Cunningham, and it is.
Might be your easiest two. Selfish play too by Sophie Cunningham, finding the open shooter, Sierra Michaelis, finding holes in the defense and drilling two three-point shots.
First shot of the night for Cunningham, and she is true. Missouri is
frankly one of her better teams since she's been at Missouri, and talked a lot about the depth and the length that they have. They got shooters, they got girls, they got women that can go inside and score, use the glass. They got a great defensive team.
They were 19 and 14 overall, finished tied for 7th in the SEC, and so good on the offensive boards. And there's a good look at so counted on to do quite a bit on the perimeter. Missouri off the mark on that one. That was Lindsey Cunningham. Younger sister Sophie Cunningham scores on another order. The younger sister of Bree Porter into the game. Number 21 is Sierra. Her sister Bree is number 4. They're the inside players. Beautiful backcourt cut, and there's a little great clock management here at the end of the first quarter for both teams. But 2 seconds left for Sophie Cunningham. Picks it up, and it's good. Didn't even rest. Juanita Robinson on the backside of that Missouri defense, not sinking down very well to help out. She has checked into the game, one of the seniors on this team. Sophie Cunningham continues. She led the team in their win over LSU with 21 points. And she's leading Wake Forest with 17 points a game. So that was just her first score. Well, you got to really love the intensity of this ball game. We're in a November ball game, and yeah, it's SEC, ACC, but there's great intensity. To put on a college uniform, as Wake Forest out of the timeout gets the putback by Quinn, but Cunningham just continues to score. Maddie Stock, number 10, in for Missouri. Lindsey over to her sister Sophie. High arcing 3-pointers. We'll see if it has any negative effect on Mizzou. Sophie Cunningham, and it counts. Not a good passing catch. Missouri with a slight rebound advantage. Sophie Cunningham. Now control into the lane. Stevenson has it stolen away. Numbers for Missouri, and the basket. Well, that's a great rule change. And who else? Put your cape on, Sophie Cunningham. Oh, my goodness.
Just a very, very solid player and a great recruit for Robin Pinch to bring in here. Starting as a freshman, going to make a huge impact on this Missouri roster.
Rebounding as a guard, too, and going coast to coast. Finishes with the screen win.
And another key thing to look for tonight, Missouri was plus 26 on the glass at Missouri State. They dominated the paint. And Arkansas Pine Bluff at Nebraska was minus 15. So winning the glass will be a key to look for.
Was knocked out with a Liz Frank tendon injury in her foot before the season even started. Sophie Cunningham did the game 0 for their first 4 from beyond the arc, and they've hit 2 consecutive as a team. Cunningham, who has it now, and then Robinson. Cunningham clear sailing.
In the length again, Porter able to stay down.
That shot was in time, but it missed the mark. Missouri running the floor, and if you're not going to stop Sophie Cunningham,
A 7-0 run for the Seminoles. Cunningham, yes. That's her. Team picked to finish 7th in the SEC, finished 3rd. Surpassing all expectations. 9 seconds on the shot clock. They feed it inside to Sophie Cunningham, and the extra effort pays off.
Unless she sets that strong screen.
Setting another right there, but Missouri's got to pay her off. Been over 7 minutes since they've scored until now.
Also getting rebounds. She has 6 on the night so far, but her energy for this game has been contagious for her teammates.
Sophie Cunningham off the glass as they were here a year ago.
Absolutely, and you talk with Sierra and Michaelis just about that and why you want to be there for your teammates as Cunningham plays it.
4 minutes. And Michaelis with a shot. A lot of possessions on this end. That one finally. 9 international players on the team for the Bulls, coached by Jose Fernandez. Talk more about his philosophy with international players a little later in the game. And the opening bucket, except anything less than an NCAA tournament appearance each year. It's the 4th tournament appearance in the last 5 seasons for this team. They made it to the 2nd round in 3 of those appearances. As that goes down, they did.
But one thing is for sure, if you're looking at the turnover situation, Missouri was giving a lot of live ball. In that situation there, USF turns the ball over, but they have an opportunity to get back on the defensive end.
They do not want Danny Williams to get an open look at a 3, but they'll give up some other 3s to Cooper and Knox.
Here's Sophie.
So you've got to keep her off that offensive glass.
She is 2nd in the SEC in rebounds overall at 10.6, and now she's hounding Cunningham. Sophie with the drive and raise it in.
With the smaller guards.
Yeah, Lumpkin in for Hillsman, who did not get off a shot. 6'5" post player. One-handed grab by Cunningham, and then puts it in. There's a turnover the other way.
Hillsman's not used to getting the ball in this game. she wasn't looking for the pass.
Cunningham posting up. Decided.
So it's taken away those passing lanes that they're used to finding.
Maybe a break for Missouri after the throwaway. Sophie goes in and hits it.
the ease of the entry pass from Missouri. Cheating up the wings, and that ball pressure to Davis on top of Cunningham with the help from Wilson, and she'll still finish. Such a
Brooke being guarded initially by Gregg.
You see already, first possession, got it locked down, and Cunningham's going to take the last shot, and that's a good start.
Michaelis gives to Lindsey Cunningham. To younger sister Sophie. Guarded by Tyesha Harris with the shot clock at 10.
Their strength, they've settled on the outside shot. Missouri's gotten a rebound, or they've gotten a turnover. The quick hands of the guards today for Missouri have been incredible.
For the lead.
Give me my bigs and one.
Yeah, the 10-point lead had been quickly cut in half before Wilson came back with the basket. Porter inside Cunningham.
But they got the two bigs back in the game. Aisha Wilson and Elena Coates. The strongest front court in America. What a move. Woo, what a move.
Cunningham. Kick out to Porter for three. Rebound to Cunningham and the foul.
Points within beating UConn, the #1 team in the country. As they tough it out, a win against Vanderbilt. And now here on the road, a lot of traveling for the Lady Gamecocks this week.
Sophie Cunningham goes behind the back on the switch, being guarded by Wilson, and shoots over her. Off to Sophie with 10 to play. The ball fake gets by Gray, draws the double, gives to Doty with 4. Back to Sophie Cunningham at 3 for the win.
Tigers basketball.
Nobody home on that pass. The ball is saved, though. Missouri will retain possession. The shot clock winding down. 10 seconds there, and that is going to go down. Doty flying in for the rebound. Cunningham picks it up. Sister to sister. Yes. We worked through a shoulder injury a year ago. Trying to get back to the player she had been her freshman and sophomore years at Missouri. Averaging 4 points per game this year, and that is nothing but net. Epidural recently, which actually has helped her out a little bit. It is crazy, but that's what she's such a competitor and wants to get out there and play, and that's the way she's been able to do it. Freed up for the triple there, and again the screen set.
In front court. Doty to toss it in for the Tigers. Gets it in to Sophie Cunningham, top of the key. Now sizes up a 3 and hits it right in front of Middleton. 5, and Tennessee leads by 3, 49-46. Here's Doty. Off to Sophie Cunningham, right side of the circle. She dribbles left on DeShields, puts it up, count it, DeShields fouled her. Porter, top of the key to Michaelis. Michaelis fakes a shot, backdoor cut to Sophie Cunningham. How's that not a walk? And then Cunningham puts it up good. Sophie Cunningham, left side of the circle, fakes a shot, drives, Comes back to Michaelis. Michaelis can't shoot as she penetrates. Inside to Sophie Cunningham for the layup. Good. 11. Middleton on the left wing. Comes into a double, now a triple team. Had it knocked away and stolen. Lead pass up to Sophie Cunningham. Good. 62. Nard with 16. 1:05 to go. Here's Doty out high right side. Doty comes on the right wing to Sophie Cunningham. Drives, lays it up good. Got away from the Shields and a time.
Three-pointer is missed by Dillingham.
One of the things Vic Schaefer talked to his team about was Missouri is going to force our non-shooters or our less likely shooters to shoot the ball. Nice cut there. And left to go to school in Hungary, and she wanted to be like her dad, and that inspired her to make this move.
You talk to her, and she just exudes that self-confidence. Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham couldn't get loose for the three. Drives and scores.
How did she? Stepped up and took a charge. On the other end, no one stepped up.
It's a 9-0 run by Mississippi State. Cunningham forces it up and in, and she...
Forget, she is only 5'9".
Sophie Cunningham knocks it down. Out 3 rebounds. And the fans wanted a foul called on Cunningham.
Season high of 17. Sophie Cunningham gets the offensive rebound and puts it in.
And that, I think 4 teams now at 5 and 3. So
yeah, A&M, Missouri, and Auburn. Cunningham recognizing that Epps is down and goes to the rim.
Been incredible on the offensive boards. 13 rebounds.
And 8 of those offensive, Carol. Sophie Cunningham drives and is fouled. She ties her season high with 7 points. She's now had that 4 times. A long pass out ahead to Sophie Cunningham, and she goes up for the layup on the other end.
For Auburn, their third of the quarter. Cunningham from the corner. Her first bucket of the night.
Now for her, and she's a player that averages 7 points a game, so she's still not one of those top 4 scorers that typically lead the way for Arkansas. Sophie Cunningham.
Well, in Missouri in conference play, making over 9 threes a game.
Shot clock inside of 10. Here's another 3 on the way, and good once again.
Teams want to get up and down the floor. You can see Hilsman's a little frustrated down low. She hasn't got many touches on the offensive end.
Cunningham weaving through the defense. After shots, that's not going to be close off the side of the iron. Too many threes right now for A&M.
Yes, definitely. One thing Gary talked about, he's always been a guard-oriented team, and he said this year I want to go inside first. Yeah, she's more than a three-point shooter, but right now she's settling. When you're not hitting your three, go to the rack.
Coming on the road, which Gary Blair told us today are like a win and a half. Porter thought about the 18-footer inside of 6 minutes remaining in the half. Cunningham, nice use of the shoulder back jumper, rattles that down, and Texas A&M back within 5. Cunningham at the other end spins it up and in.
Half, that's not getting it. She's splitting the defense, so you've got to go with a full double and body up.
Cunningham tiptoeing along the baseline. Knox now with 14 points on the game. 13-0 run for A&M. Sophie Cunningham answers from the deep corner. Oh, good ball fake. Got rid of Hilsman on the Jordan Frericks. And now a chance to get back to 500 in conference play. Difficulty getting it in. Cunningham driving baseline, lays it up and in. 3.
Couple. Hill had been struggling with her shot in league play. Only 24%, but she's hit 2, and it's 9-6 Missouri. Doty, left corner, pass. Cunningham for three, and it's right baseline. Jump shot by Jackson, no good, from about 12, and it's taken by Sierra Porter. Pass way ahead. Cunningham's got it. She thought she was going to have her shot blocked, so she kicked it out. Going Michaelis to the left elbow, spinning around. Back out, very long range, Lindsey Cunningham. Lob pass, right baseline. Sophie Cunningham dribbles toward the hole. Shot fake and a layup for hand. Look at that squares up there for you. And Newbert hits, and LSU stays hot from the field. Right wing, I thought about a three. Shucks, lobs it down low and just fires to start the half. Faking a three is Sophie Cunningham. Goes left side of the lane. Inside the top of the key to Porter. 10 to shoot. Out to Doty. Lob pass down low. And a little. And Michaelis is out. On the inbound left wing, Sophie Cunningham. Up top to Sierra Porter. Back left wing, Lindsey Cunningham. Lob down low. LSU's defending them much better now. Missouri got 21 in the first quarter. Only 25 the next two quarters. Inbounds with 8 seconds to go. Up top, Sierra Porter. Porter on a back 3 for 9 on her shot. She was just 2 for 13 the other day at Arkansas. So a little bit cold Moncrief last couple of games, but she's in double figures. Doty, left side, left corner, good, and that gives LSU their 5-point lead back. It had been cut to 3. So Moncrief's got 12. Pressure in the front court. Lindsey Cunningham drives left side, cut off, up top. Above her average, which is was 14 coming in. LSU by 6, 4:50 to go in the game. Lindsey Cunningham, right wing to Chavis. In the
lost them, but got to keep playing defense, keep Missouri from knocking down any three-pointers here.
8-point lead, LSU, 67-59, 2:50 to go. Michaelis gets it late game, 1:52 and counting. LSU needs a stop. Leanna Doty back in, the senior guard, top of the key. Hill is going to try to guard her, 1:45 and counting. Top of the key, Sophie.
Tigers go down to Porter. Missouri very committed to getting post touches early in this matchup.
Sophie Cunningham driving baseline, looking for the reverse. Kalis swinging around, stuck on the block as she runs into Alyssa Rice. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Sophie Cunningham hits. Sierra Michaelis with 14 points, 5 of 9 from the field. She'll drive right by Epps with a pretty pass to Sophie Cunningham.
And Sierra Michaelis is the only player in double figures for Missouri.
Cunningham for 3.
Until that
gotta go. Michaelis with the long 3. They throw it back in. Cunningham, the bucket will. Taylor Murray is going to try to get it out of there as fast as she can, and Sierra Michaelis swipes it. Cunningham driving on Epps with 8 seconds left.
Coming off a 22-10 season, looking for that 5th straight winning season. As there you see Sophie Cunningham playing defense or offense with every day in practice that, you know, your teammate, and it just sends a different type of message.
Sophie Cunningham, Johnson. They've got 3 seconds on the shot clock. And Missouri takes over anyway. It's a streaking Sophie Cunningham. My goodness! Extend that lead. We saw a really close first half. It was back and forth. And the Tigers trying to pull away as Sophie Cunningham once.
Sophie Cunningham tied up there on that last loose ball effort. Playing her 2nd straight game, coming off of a bad back. The drive and the finish.
We'll use multiple lineups and multiple rotations for Robin Pinchton. They had Sophie Cunningham out with injury. It's an aggressive drive right there.
Porter reverses it near corner. Doty, 12 to shoot. Doty, a couple righty bounces. Shovels it over to the far wing. Michaelis, high post Sophie Cunningham now. Goes hard to the basket, gets around the D, and lays it up.
The next morning had shoot around similar to UC Riverside. It was late afternoon before a ball game. Went out on the road, and you know, you worry about tired legs. But Sophie Cunningham,
and starting post player, go up strong with that thing. Sophie Cunningham drives the far side, lobs it near corner now to Doty. She passes on a jumper again. Now gives to Sophie Cunningham near corner. 3-ball up, 3-ball in. Reverse it near side, Robertson. Robertson looks out top, is deflected and stolen by Sophie Cunningham. Run out the other way, she's going to beat the defender and lay it up and in. Sophie blocked. Loose ball crowd by Sierra Porter. Back to Chavis, far wing 3. Way strong. Offensive board though, Sophie Cunningham. She goes to the 10 and lays it up and through. Sophie Cunningham, lefty scooper, high off the glass, strong. Rebound, Sierra Porter tips it to herself. Triple team, kicks it out top to Lindsey Cunningham. Lob it near corner, Sophie Cunningham. She's open for 3 and a 10. Beautiful corner, Sophie Cunningham. Kick out top, Lindsey Cunningham to the near corner. Doty open for 3, but it's off the back of the rim. Sophie Cunningham boxes out the UT action Monday night against UC Riverside. We'll have it for you on KTGR at 6:45. Yes, we are playing at about the same time as the Bragging Rights game on Wednesday. Hope you'll tune in for the game against SLU. High-low feed, Sierra Porter down. Calls out the play for Mizzou. Again, up by 1. Lindsey gives it far side to Sophie. Shot fake on a triple. Now off a screen. Steps back to a 19-footer, top of the key, and it's in there. We were wondering if Sophie Cunningham Pass out top, Michaelis. Extra pass to the far wing where Lindsey Cunningham has an open three. Missed it. Weak side board, Amber Smith. Doesn't go back up with it. Backs it out. Gives to a cutting Sophie Cunningham. Nice pass fake. And she gets to the 10 and lays it. The Rockbridge kid. ISO'd against Shoots. Backs her down. Spins baseline and Shoots. Eats that shot. Long arm of the law. Hannah Shoots. Loose ball scooped up by Sophie Cunningham. Running it out the other way. Another pass fake. Slips around the D again and lays it up. Lead changes in that one. Here, Missouri State led by 2, 12-10. The Tigers responded with 10 points. They've led ever since, at least so far. On the inbound, a nice cut right to the rack. Team kicks it back to the corner to Chavis. Now to McDowell at the top of the arc with 10 to shoot. McDowell to the far wing, Sophie Cunningham with 8. Sophie with 7. Jab step, drives into a crowd. Off balance runner. Difficult shot on the runner. Baseline right, gets an inbounds it to an open player right in the lane, Buckley, but she misses an 8-footer. Rebound Doty from Mizzou. Outlet ahead of the pack, feeds Sophie Cunningham in stride to the bucket. Layup good and one. The foul from behind. Looks to the block. It's deflected and stolen by Doty. She runs it out the other way. Good feet across the key. Sophie Cunningham on the run. Layup good and she's fouled.
Fortunately, not many other Missouri State players in the scoring column.
Yeah,
she's doing it all.
Bruin has 20. The rest of her teammates have 14. Michaela's far side. Great cross-court pass to the near block on the year, heading into a trip to Indianapolis for a matchup with IUPUI on Sunday. Chavis tries again from 3. Misses it. Another offensive rebound, though. It's McDowell. Feeds a back cutting Sophie Cunningham, who lays it up and in.
Tried to feed Sierra Porter. She ends up with it. Missouri under 10 to shoot. Cunningham draws the foul. They'll count that.
Yeah, it's Sophie.
She's been the big-time scorer in this game for Western Illinois, not Clemens, and that's one of the biggest challenges of playing them. A lot of different players who can score. There's Sophie Cunningham's first basket. Five seconds in the quarter. Sophie Cunningham, the drive, the scoop, and Missouri will. Higginbotham baiting away the miss. Doty, Missouri the numbers. Sophie Cunningham cruises in.
That's what she does best. That's the kick out. It's a contested three-point shot, too.
Sophie Cunningham gets the roll. Anytime. 5 to shoot. Chavis in and out. Sophie Cunningham, she's been a battler. That's her 9th rebound. For 3. Missouri back in front. Who else? Tigers as Cunningham resets. There's her sister Sophie. Reigning SEC Freshman of the Year goes baseline for her first bucket. Missouri will not trade this start for anything, though. They're up 10-0, and it's about to be 12. Cunningham from Michaelis on the break. Missouri's biggest lead was 16 points. That came with about 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. They can exceed that here, and they do.
Cute, but a lot of energy exerted on the defensive end. Offensively, a little bit more standing than the first 5 minutes of opening tip.
Sophie Cunningham able to get the
possession game. There's still plenty of time. Got to execute again, Ben. This is winning time. You got to execute. You got to play smart.
And one. And foul number. Evelyn Christian doing a great job defensively in the half court. Missouri's been down under 10 on the shot clock a number of times tonight. 5 to shoot. Sophie Cunningham ties the game.
It's a California, the 12-seeded Eagles with a 4-point lead as we start the second quarter. Right away, though, the turnover, and it is Cunningham. Easy for her. The left hand on the board there coming to Jordan Roundtree.
You can see both these teams used the 4 days since selection on Monday. And getting Sophie open there, that's enough.
Foul trouble. 3 starters with 2 fouls and are on the bench. Want to get it down low to Cunningham, and they do. Pretty reverse play and another Eagle bucket. So Mizzou going to their bench.
At a Big 12 conference tournament, sat with him watching the game. She was sharp at that age. I can only imagine what kind of lawyer she's going to be.
And she wants to be involved. Baseline drive, nothing there. Now the Tigers off and running, 1-on-2. Cunningham with a spin. Oh, what an open court move.
Out of bounds. They have executed that to a level that's almost art form, and they're scoring incredibly efficiently.
They go down low to Cunningham. How did she get that one to go? Nearly picked by UL, but the Tigers recover and head the other way.
Yeah. Great high-low play.
Needed that one to go, and instead off the heel. Cunningham picks it up, though, and finishes. She's got 30.
Flashes to the basket, and a terrific pass by Porter, but Cunningham needs to.
You know, that you like to see as a coach if you're the Eagles coach.
And a huge foul against Missouri for Frericks, her 4th, but a big.
For Georgia. Inbound's usually one of the strengths for Missouri, and Sophie was able to clean up. Second leading scorer and rebounder this season for Georgia. Cunningham spots up for a 3, buries it, and puts it on the deck. Frericks gets it out to Cunningham, and Sophie Cunningham gets her first points of the night. Quarter.
You hit it in the open, Eric. This is a big game for both these ball clubs.
Cunningham 1 of 3 from the floor, 1 of 2 from the line. 18 minutes of action. She's got 3 points, fires it, and hits it.
Aldridge, open 3. Another miss for Mizzou. They are ice cold right now. Cunningham has the ability, though, to thaw things out. She's moved into the top 10 on A&M's all-time scoring list here today. Already in the top 10 in blocks and in rebounding. Cunningham, 4-3.
And that's what we just saw. She didn't take her foot off the pedal, was trying to create again.
They look for Cunningham with time winding down. Cunningham gets the roll. Took it away.
And based on Gary Blair's reaction to that shot opportunity, that wasn't what he wanted.
Cunningham. Tied Prissy Sharp for the career rebounding record here at A&M. Cunningham buries a 3, so Missouri not done.
You hope she's okay. You hope it's a kind of a quick recovery. I just hear horror stories about that, about vertigo.
Cunningham heating up.
you been watching? So are you been watching?
Yeah, I'm signing up for Chicken Salad too.
Oh. Dang. 3 seconds? It has to be 3 seconds. Wow.
That's a quick release.
Dang. No foul. Ah, dang. Somebody get back because she is.
You know, early on, it looks like that's not much of a factor.
This Missouri team, despite their ranking, and as good of a team as they are, they've had some very interesting games in the last few weeks. As Sophie Cunningham gets looks of Sophie Cunningham briefly. Arkansas was able to sag in against Tennessee for most of the game, but you don't want to leave her open. There's the shooter, Cunningham. Cunningham gave it up, got it back.
Really good ball movement.
All those passes, and it leads to an open look from Cunningham. Ball in the hands of Cunningham with the shot clock winding down. She's in double figures already. She's been there twice. Ball in the hands of Aldridge. 87 assists to just 35 turnovers this year. Cunningham again. That's a shooter's roll. Cunningham's been defended by Zimmerman, now being defended by Mason. That's a good pass. That's a score from Cunningham.
Kentucky. Well, it starts with your leader. And you look at it here and you look at Mizzou and Sophie Cunningham, and we talked a little bit about her and just her energy and how the team plays off of her. I mean, but they look a lot sharper today too, you know, or tonight rather. Just being able to have a little bit of a rest, probably get ready, get here, and prepare for this game.
Chavis will give it off to Smith. Cunningham up and under.
Just on the thing that you're passionate about, and you know, just you could see the light in her eyes when she started talking about her architecture degree and what she wanted to do with it.
Season with a concussion, and then 3 in SEC play with a concussion. Cunningham, the pull-up, a long 2, bounces out into the hands of Chavis. Wide open. Kids.
Playing with the big dog.
Well, Kentucky's on an 8-0 run. Missouri is looking to stop that. 8 seconds on the shot clock for the Tigers. Cunningham doesn't have much time. What?
With another opportunity. Sophie Cunningham is a 45% three-point shooter, and she's pretty good inside the arc, too.
They can either play their way in or somebody falls out.
So the biggest lead Florida has had here in the second half, a 5-point lead, and Missouri has for the Gators, but a critical one there. Missouri on a 9-4 run.
They're really trying to get Sophie posted up inside on a smaller defender. Very few fast breaks. Neither team gets out defensively and gets in the passing lanes and spends a whole lot of energy.
Backdoor cut by Sophie Cunningham.
Yeah. 3-point shooter.
Well, and Amber Smith looked over the bench and said, my bad. You know, you got to get out on that scouting report.
Nice high-low into Cunningham. Lays it up and in. And will
not hit a 3 today, so hesitant to pull the trigger from the perimeter.
Probably a good idea.
Just inside the line.
There you go. Now she's
4. Well, Victoria Vivian sits.
And right on cue, nice block by Frericks. And here's Cunningham ahead of the pack. Gathers that in, lays it up.
Yeah, because Vivian's has not gotten going.
Cunningham, boy, both teams a little bit cold. Smith with the offensive rebound. Cunningham again for three-pointer. Blair Schaefer answers at the other end.
How about Blair? Her second 2-point field goal.
in 9 games in SEC play.
At the other end, quickly, Cunningham.
Fandom of South Carolina or Missouri.
Back underway as we approach the 4-minute mark of the opening quarter. Do have statements. Nice high-low again. McCowan doesn't want to pick up a foul. She let Cunningham.
I don't know how much longer William will stay on the bench. She's getting a little break. See how she extends the plays on the baseline?
Three-pointer on the way. Clock. Maybe a couple of dribbles. Tough look. Well defended by Jordan Ferris. Cunningham running the floor. He's got a file folder about 10 inches thick on every team in the SEC. He's going deep into it here. Remember, fouls to give. Cunningham, three-pointer. On the way and good.
South Carolina will fall back into a man-to-man defense, which has been very good early on. Cunningham finding some room, and she hits the last 4 get back. They do not want to give up any easy buckets. It's very much their MO and their ID. Cunningham got another one. Alshon Jeffries, Stephon Gilmore, both making appearances in the Super Bowl from South Carolina. On the drive, Cunningham goes to the left hand and lays it up. Took it right at Chavis, right into her chest, drew a foul. This time there's a little bit of clear out. Because of the way Missouri is sagging, she can take Missouri to the hole. Cunningham through it. Wilson, they have gone over 4 minutes without a bucket. Cunningham down the lane to the left hand, and Harris driving into traffic. Ball hits the ground and now comes out to the Tigers, and they've got a breakout. Cunningham trapped by Jennings, who will let her go. Smart back around. Pliny over-penetrated and got into trouble. Shot is blocked, and here's the breakout for Cunningham. And if you're wondering, no, the crowd didn't leave. Cunningham, baseline, jump stop, and finish.
That when she's not scoring, she's disappointing her team, but she does so many different things. Here you can see how she's getting those blue-collar type points, just crashing the boards and finishing.
Great cut by Cunningham, and the bounce pass.
As of late in games, she's been able to play. If it's not just scoring, she's been able to stay on the floor because she's not in foul trouble. And that's what Coach Joni Taylor is wanting more of her.
Cunningham, nothing but net on the 3. 2-on-2. Conley whips it over to Morrison. Shot blocked by Roundtree. She's running the break. They have numbers, and Cunningham gets the layup. Go. Not a big score, but a big rebounder. Her factor needs to be bigger here in the second half. Down to 3 on the clock. Cunningham hits the three-pointer with the shot clock winding down.
Look at the defense by Cole, doing so with her feet, making it tough. This is a tough matchup. Lauren Aldridge, such a facilitator, but Sophie Cunningham
banks it in.
Well, that's an easy 2 for her. May not have come from the free throw line, but she can knock that shot down anytime.
Cunningham driving, goes by Clark and puts it in.
First quarter against Auburn a week ago. Good sign was that we saw her jog a lap around the court today at shoot-around. So they're hoping to have her back soon. What a shot from Sophie.
The way she started the game, she didn't start the game trying to score all the points. She started the game passing the ball and playing great defense and doing all the little things.
You can't give her a wide open.
To commend Arkansas with their continued, they play hard. They don't give up. And so Coach Neighbors has talked about the one thing that I ask my players is to try. If you don't have the players that are able to guard, Sophie Cunningham, who's a big guard, and so she basically has a mismatch on the block.
There's that post up inside, invert to the block. You're going to have open shots against Missouri. It's the way they defend on the defensive end.
Nice backdoor cut. And making the extra pass outside to Cunningham, who buried.
The studio knows what a rotary phone is.
Oh, I know one well. Muhammad with the miss, and this one is quickly getting out of hand. And another three-pointer. Wow. Here comes Aldridge down the lane once again. Nice crossover, dribble, and then opening half, including a bank three out of the corner. High up off the window, that shot missed by Ole Miss. Nice catch. Laid up and in by the Tigers. Helps to have Sophie Cunningham. And this is without Sierra Porter, flu-like symptoms, unable to answer the bell. And Sophie Cunningham now with playing inside and out off the front of the iron. Long rebound taken flat-footed by Jordan Roundtree. Nice pass. Really good look again. Another.
That Missouri takes down a top 5 foe. They got Baylor back in 2006, and they'll score inside 15 points off of her bench. Working it inside Cunningham. Acrobatic play tonight. Cunningham and Frericks with 2 each for Missouri. Cunningham calling for it inside. Nice post up. Good patience in the lay-in.
For climbing, one she's capable of making. Excuse me, Jackson.
Cunningham in traffic. Muscled it up and in. Goes along with her 8 points so far. Final minute of the third quarter. Shot clock winding down. Cunningham somehow found a way to get.
Oh,
nice backdoor Cunningham. Assist Aldridge.
Deflections, they need some steals, they need some stops to be able to run out of their stops. So they don't have to go against that set defense.
Cunningham, nice hesitation. That's
hoop stats, or you could just check out what Robin Pinchton thinks about your team. That's how you're going to find out the blueprint for how to play against Missouri or play against the opponent.
they'll run the exact same play and get a
certainly is a fan favorite, and Buckley has to be active today, doing just that. Near steal. They kick out. Cunningham open for three. And Mizzou.
2 wins and 1 losses, and all those games, there was a very close game in all of them. They play with their opponents. They're allowing a lot of points.
Cunningham with the drive and the basket off the foul. Frericks, one of the top players in the conference, gets it back from Cunningham, works inside, dishes to Cunningham, and the basket off the glass for Missouri.
Look, bit of a matchup, trying to put hands in shooters' faces.
Aldridge lets one go, but there to clean it up is Cunningham. Dominant, and they've been looking to go inside. They know they have the advantage there, and Cunningham with the miss and the follow. Sophie
and we're working for, feeding off of each other.
Two programs know each other well. Answering the other end is Cunningham.
Lineups for Missouri State. Again, got a lot of great youth infused into this squad.
Cunningham scoops and scores. Sophie Cunningham. They go back with Caleb. Guarding Cunningham. Caleb loses her. Cunningham scores.
Former player. I mean, there's just nowhere else you want to play except for in front of these fans.
That pass saved by Cunningham. She gets it back. Sophie splits the defenders and scores. Got to get a quick one here, and Fruin can't. Rebound to Frericks. Long pass ahead. Cunningham has it. Sophie Cunningham with the layup on the other end.
And score the basketball. She's struggled thus far to start the season. Great pass ahead right here.
That was all Sophie Cunningham creating the turnover.
Let's talk about Sophie Cunningham on the defensive end as well. Great defender.
Rebound by Sierra Porter. Missouri's going to run. Cunningham ahead of the pack again. Battles for it and scores back to back.
This is a new environment for them. It's a big atmosphere for them in their schedule, but they're not afraid. Again, veteran group. They know how to win. They've been in big games. They're well coached.
So Missouri with a chance to tie it on the three-pointer. Frericks back out to Sophie for the tie.
And that's a design play.
Out of the timeout. They got their starters back in the ball game with the exception of Chavis. Porter gets her own rebound. Swung around and another three from Cunningham, and Missouri needed.
Step behind. That's just enough for Welch to get the ball to the glass.
Frericks pushed out deep from the basket, cross court to Aldridge. She drives, finds Cunningham, a nice ball fake and finish.
For the Hawkeyes. Iowa sits in their 2-3 zone. And on that last possession for Missouri, Amber Smith found that high post shot, and now they're knocking.
She had all 5 threes for Iowa, matching her career high, and we get the sense in the first quarter, Christy, it's been a back-and-forth battle here between Iowa and Missouri. Cunningham looking for her second three this afternoon as the lead stretched up to 17, and Eva, her mother, can feel it.
I think she will fit seamlessly into the WNBA style of play for Drake. And I asked her, isn't that a luxury? And she said, well, sometimes it is. Sometimes it's not.
She has said she has one of her most talented teams this season. A 2-point lead for Missouri. In the second matchup of the day in the opening round, we saw Iowa survive on a backdoor cut from Cunningham with the 2 fouls, just 3 points, a non-factor in this first half. Step back on cue on Sunday.
And 2 very similar teams, Drake and Missouri. They like to play the same pace. They like to look to score the same ways.
How about a way to start off the...
It's been the real key and the X factor for the success of Drake in this game so far.
A team who is looking at getting out of the first round. That has been the biggest struggle. Cunningham, though, with the...
Because of the attention the defense is bringing to McCowan. Whenever she gets the basketball, there are going to be 2 or 3 players on her.
Sophie Cunningham with the drive, and she gets the friendly have to extend their defense to cover her from the 3-point line. Scott also a pretty good defender, and now she draws Sophie Cunningham. Cunningham found some space for herself and dropped it in. Dick Schaefer and his coaching staff over her 4 years. And the lead is 6. Cunningham left open for 3. Outside jumpers. Cunningham off glass. Behind McCowan, who was the player of the year. And Schutz has checked in for Missouri. Cunningham got it. In the moment, can they do that even though they've fallen behind against Mississippi State so far? You have 26 turnovers and still won. Sophie. Started by Schutz. Stanberry slicing in, and Schutz gets the block. Hannah Schutz averaging 2 blocks a game in this tournament so far. It's not a big coincidence that they've all come during Sophie time. Sophie again. On fire. Lob, that's dangerous with McCowan lingering. Back to Sophie, who drives, puts it up and in. Cunningham. Wow, what a play.
Back-to-back 31-point games for Arkansas.
Cunningham chases it down and goes around Stanberry.
Do you like Kentucky's shots right now?
You know, it's interesting enough. I was just thinking that in my head. Tatiana Wyatt taking those shots and taking a couple of the outside shots. Is that the shot and have built around that?
They have had some injuries this year. We will not see Kiki McKinney for the 2nd straight game. She is in concussion protocol.
Coach Mitchell talked to them in the locker room about these players have to step up. You can rely on everybody else, and you know, bench players can come in and get.
Saving it. Cunningham for 3.
Oh, got that one. Look at that. Kentucky bringing back the defensive intensity. Just about to say, Sophie Cunningham is not. There's Sophie. Macy Morris has 4 fouls, so.
They average 7 threes a game.
There it is. Sophie Cunningham.
Out. Amber Smith looking for help.
Ooh, good hustle right there.
She'll try the other side. There it is.
Fourth turnover for Florida. How did Sophie Cunningham get wide open under the basket?
Testing out. Trahane able to get a rebound. Missouri back into their offense.
Cunningham in the corner.
Wide open three for Cunningham.
With Cunningham, Aldridge, and Porter. Offensive rebound for Jordan Roundtree, who has really transformed this team since she came into the starting lineup.
As she's probably going to get her shot blocked again if she goes up with the right, but she finishes with the left. Great finish from Copeland.
Leah Copeland with 4 points by Cunningham. Walker was crashing the boards in the backside. Roundtree. Baseline drive. That's a nice look for Cunningham.
That is a great.
Winds it down. Aldridge looking for Cunningham. Sophie driving. And one.
Is going to change who she is. She's going to remain who she is. And on cue, I'm looking to hit that shot.
She's really improved her three-point shooting here in the second half of the season as well. Sophie Cunningham. The defense by Porter. Aldridge hands to Cunningham. Fourth ring on cue.
Be big for Missouri. Cunningham, who has got the height advantage, gets her first points.
Really rely on that energy that she brings when she's talking to her teammates. You know, they really emphasize touches and talking and all of that. And there you go, Amber Smith, Sophie Cunningham. They have been locked in from tip. They hit first here in this game.
Led it 13-7, forcing an early timeout. And Sophie Cunningham battle for the rebound. Ball on the floor. And a fresh shot clock for Missouri. Nice backdoor cut. And that one will stay down for number 3 points. Couldn't agree more about Renaya Davis. She had a mismatch there on Aldridge and didn't take advantage of it. Look inside to Cunningham. Reverse layup is up and good. Renaya Davis has been averaging 20 points per game over the last 6. On the flyby, nice play for Kay. That looked like a three-point attempt when it went inside. And once again, senior
and developing players is what has gotten the job done. And Jasmine Holmes is all over Aldridge. Cunningham again posts up Danbury, and that time they got it to her.
Levy's got a lot of spunk about her. No fear, high energy, but sometimes you've got to rein that back a little bit.
Cunningham hits the three against Holmes, the senior. Cunningham bops out, bottoms it.
Look at McCowan defending, shoots away from the basket.
The officials are letting him play. Cunningham hits it. Seat back in December on the road.
When we talked to Robin Pitch, and she said she wanted this to be a low-scoring game, and Missouri held.
Oh, good backdoor pass. Aldridge pulls it out, shoots, misses. Cunningham follows.
That was Vic Schaefer's worry because Missouri's a team right now winning two of their last games. As Sophie's on the break here, the hot team right now in the SEC.
Our officiating crew. Been an icy day, morning into afternoon here in Columbia. As Sophie Cunningham, an early look, 4-3, setting the tone for Missouri.
You're going to see a lot of movement from this Missouri team. They run a lot of dribble drive, pass and cut, and then a lot of Sophie Cunningham.
Cunningham, is it 3 for 3? It is.
God, this is hard.
Points, 12 rebounds, 3 steals, going 44 minutes in that win over A&M. Sophie, heat check. Alexander off the mark, and a rebound for a 2-on. Cunningham back in the game, back in the rhythm.
Because there was an ice storm that went through. Right now, Carolyn, it's 16 degrees outside.
Well, I needed it to, oh, there goes Sophie Cunningham. So it'll be interesting to see.
Carter driving in, tried to get her own rebound, ball bounces into Aldridge, and look at speedy Sophie Cunningham getting behind everybody. Bench, she's under the weather tonight. Porter for a shot clock. Cunningham called for the ball, nailed it, and gives a yell.
Keep an eye on Sophie Cunningham, because that is a player at any time can take over a game.
Decides to drive to score it. Now for Missouri. Sophie got the Smith screen, shot it, hit it. Roundtree. Got by Carter. Cunningham backs up. Got the bounce. So play.
Well, I really like her aggressiveness on her seal, the way she engages Sophie Cunningham, gets into her body to draw that last foul.
Cunningham pulls the trigger and nails it. PNF. Brooks committed her second foul. Cunningham for 3, again, 3 for 3. We're talking about.
One thing I would like to see more from Jordan Roundtree is looking to attack.
Sophie Cunningham, heard that on display. Turnover, though, by C. Cunningham has a little bit of room, and she makes him pay.
Quick ball movement for Missouri. That's what they're known for offensively. Cunningham gets it back. Missouri's 2 for 2 from the outside. It's 0 for 6 from the field to begin this one. Cunningham for 3. She's 2 for 2. Look at Cunningham, cross-court pass. Now in the corner, cycled down low to Amber Smith. Wide open Sophie Cunningham. You can't lose number 3. Absolutely. Still hasn't scored.
It's the suffocating defense for Missouri. They're doing a great job of sending multiple jerseys to the defensive end. And how about Sophie Cunningham? You got to continue to put speed on the ball. You got to whip passes around the zone. The skip pass has to be there. You got to give time for your teammate to get open as well. Missouri's ran great offense in the first half, and Sophie Cunningham on cue.
Lauren Aldridge, Cunningham finds Troop. Troop's going to have to put it up. Cunningham at the horn. It's the Sophie show.
Pinned underneath a glass. Another offensive rebound and stick back.
All right, so they reach another plateau, as you say. It's 17. Let's see where we go from here. Quick ball movement. Cunningham answers right back from Mizzou.
And that's
in the corner for Smith. Quickly down low. You see the active hands by Auburn. Driving is Levy. Cunningham. Got it again.
Her release is
slow things down and kill some clock here. Shoots, passes out to Levy. Levy in trouble. Cunningham was open.
Great pass from Levy. She almost
size, height, so they can just switch, and she's not able to find those openings.
Kentucky shooting just over 22%. Cunningham. Robin Pinchton this year.
Aldridge couldn't get quite the bounce. Porter gets the board.
Well, and that's what Missouri has needed, that size that Sierra Porter brings. Sophie Cunningham on top.
Also first in assists in SEC games. Cunningham directing traffic. Catches, shoots, scores. So dangerous.
She's smart enough to use her body to gain the advantage.
Bessie Dickerson, Karen Prado, along with Frank Sarator tonight. And Aldridge inbounds. Cunningham set a screen and then blew by the defense.
Also had 6 assists and 5 rebounds.
And because Cooper only played 6 first-half minutes, she's got fresh legs to go against Sophie Cunningham.
And there's Cunningham getting right by her for the bucket.
Knocks down the first triple of the game. She went to the movies yesterday, Beth.
Cunningham responds with a triple. Levy's been good coming off the bench. Nice backdoor for Cunningham. For the Tigers, who are on the verge of falling to 4-2. Missouri would, South Carolina would improve to 5, or a tie maybe. That was a gift. That was gifted. Under 3 to go now. Cunningham on the drive will get the bucket there.
But our TV window will start on Thursday, and I can't wait to celebrate the life and legacy of Pat Summitt, who is an incredible ambassador and legend in our game, but also a good friend of mine. And
South Carolina is going to improve to 13-5, 5-1 in the league. Missouri will fall to 15-5. Now they just want to keep pace. They will have another shot at Mississippi State. That's the final regular season game of the year on March 3rd, and we'll have it for you on ESPN.
Accent she has. She talked to us a little bit this afternoon. Love that French accent.
My French is limited. My accent is okay. Cunningham sets her feet, looks for the 3, and Barrett. 13th meeting all time between these two. Cunningham down inside, working against Cole. Good patience by Missouri. Aldridge takes really good care of the basketball. Maybe not explosive, number 5 in white. She'll knock down some threes, but really takes good care of the ball. Nice give up to Cunningham. Than where she was picked by the media and the coaches at the beginning of the season, each and every season.
And you know, the other thing the staff has done such a nice job of is recruiting at Georgia. They've done it.
Levy's shown a pretty good handle. Battle down inside, time winding down. Cunningham with the scoop and the score.
Him on this possession, they end up scoring anyway, but I think Georgia's got to up the tempo a little bit right now.
First basket for Cole, nice roll to the basket. That's going to be a blocking foul. No question. 40 overall, 1 of 8 from outside the arc. Missouri at just over 40%.
You see Missouri really slowing the pace down, walking the ball up the floor. Just, again, trying to take away the amount of possessions that Georgia to come in here and be able to do, especially having to worry about having 4 fouls.
Cunningham, 3-pointer.
Easiest shot.
There's still time for Georgia.
You see Jenna Stady on the sideline ready to get back into the game, but she's got 4 fouls. What can she really bring to the table?
3 starters go down. So my coach says to me before the year, you're going to have to take their shots. Are you okay with that? I'm like, wait, I get the green light all year? Yeah, I'm all right with that. You know, I was bummed we didn't have my teammates there.
As well. Marches to his own beat. We talked to him the other day. I enjoyed it. I got an idea of, I wonder if this is what it's like to have a conversation with Joe Madden.
Well, a lot happening here in the last couple of minutes. Cunningham goes to work. Off the glass.
On the Razorbacks, so Missouri will head to the line on the next. Missouri yet to be called for a team foul here in the second quarter. Cunningham. Fade away for her first basket tonight. To shoot 3-pointers. Coach Neighbors told us the other day, no such thing as too many threes. Threes worth more than 2.
That's right. He said as long as it's an extra pass, it's touching.
Go in double figures on her next basket. You can't keep scores like those two down for too long, can you?
No, and that's what they do. And we talked about, we didn't think that they'd play the whole game. And we're seeing a lot better shooting from the Razorbacks so far in the second half.
Troop. Smith just out of her reach, but saved. Cunningham.
Here after transferring from Kansas last year. Missouri will flip the court. They'll make the extra pass. And Sophie Cunningham again at the top of the key, wide open. That former All-American here for the Lady Vols. Signed a contract extension in the offseason with athletic director Philip Fulmer that could keep her here until 2022 at least. There's Sophie Cunningham spotting from the three-point line. Tennessee always trying to be aware of where number 3 is. Here she is. She's going to get a look and nail it. Yeah, that's right. Around this time next year, they'll be playing up at Connecticut on ESPN. So everybody excited that that'll be back. They will be right front and center these next couple of seasons if they can make. Switch. Cunningham on the drive, got it this year. And now into full swing in hoops, 3 minutes to go. Troop. Elevator door screens at the top. Troop with a pretty pass to...
who entered to take over for Taylor, and Washington has started all but 2 games this season. It's a good inside. Haley Troop, the redshirt freshman, inside Cunningham, lays it home.
Doing a lot of coaching, a lot of teaching this year. Can she make a pass to a teammate? Step back this time. The miss and the rebound by Jordan Roundtree. Missouri pushing tempo. Cunningham running ahead of the pack, and Missouri does it. Cunningham. Missouri had the ball stuck on the perimeter quite a bit against South Dakota, trying to avoid that again here tonight as they go down low. Cunningham, easy move to an assist. She comes from an athletic family. Her father has Levitt in and out. Another rebound for Roundtree. Her father was a fine player here for Missouri in the early 80s. Cunningham with the finish.
We've got to continue to raise the bar. I love you guys. I love this team. I am so excited about what
on this game, even though she's dealing with that shoulder injury.
Cunningham for 3 again. Yep, no worse for wear. Here's the other thing, and we mentioned it being break right now and the challenges of these potentially becoming the dog days of the basketball season. When they're in class, and Sophie Cunningham knocks it down. Finally pushed that lead to 20. Flirted with doing so several times in the third quarter. In complete control here. Cunningham again. On that last possession with the 3, and now a chance for Missouri to expand the lead. Cunningham from the outside. She drains it. Davis. Screen from Schutz, who just graduated yesterday. Down low to Cunningham. Good move in the paint. Jordan Chavis finds Aldridge. Good ball movement and an easy bucket. Seconds to go in the quarter. Missouri moving quickly. Almost had Aldridge trapped. Chavis gets it back to her. Haley Troop in for the first time in this third quarter. Corner 3 for number 3, and she knocks it down. Open a crack for Missouri. Aldridge has really sparked this comeback. Cunningham got it. Aldridge Good defensive recovery by South Dakota. Smith in amongst the trees, out to Cunningham. Front iron, no
Cunningham in the corner. Bingo! Under McCallie. They lost to Baylor. A 3-point game, and Baylor had a freshman by the name of Brittany Griner who did some things. There's Cunningham. Aldridge up ahead, shoots, pulls it back out. Cunningham puts it in. Did the same thing on the opposite side of the ball against Texas. They came out to a 7-0 run to begin the game. Cunningham in the corner. Out of the timeout, Faye. Cunningham's got a good look for three. Bingo! Cunningham, the aggressor, float movement for the Bobcats. Martin, tough shot. Cunningham with the rejection. Coast to coast. Cunningham goes to work inside, righty. Cunningham, deep three. Butter. Six to shoot. It's Cunningham. Slashes inside.
Being a run and gun type game, something that comes down to the end as well. Fatigue could play a factor.
Corner three. Second chance opportunity. Cunningham's got a good look. The whistle, that will count. Cunningham found the space.
Point for Missouri. This is what she did all of last year. Switching it up and playing some two guard as she dishes and finds Cunningham.
Beautiful pass.
Aldridge open, but off the top of the backboard. Never hit the rim. Shot clock did not reset. They got to get it up. It's going to be Cunningham from the corner. They're looking to post up Smith and unable to get the ball to her. And now resetting with Levy, who goes over the top. Nice pass and to finish by Sophie Cunningham.
And again, ball never touches the floor.
Bauman with 6 now. At the foul line for Smith. Cunningham left open. Drains it. Lob to Cunningham for the finish. Grace Bird gives it up to Smith. Cunningham in the middle. She goes right to work.
Come back, but they both are out with injuries for the season. Cunningham at the top of the key. First, they still have it. Cunningham for 3. Oh, a long 2. It's a 2.
Glass trying to make a team effort. They're being out-rebounded right now 15-10. That's part of what's keeping Missouri State in this one. Levy down low to Cunningham. And Sophie. Under 6 minutes to play in regulation. Cunningham turns and breaks in with 11 points all in this half. And she has brought Missouri State all the way back. Cunningham responds. Really careful. She was the one that got the offensive fortunes turned around for Missouri when she came back early in this fourth quarter. There she is in the paint, whirling to the basket.